Welcome to Mastering Your Beliefs Through the 3 Stages of Divorce. My name is Nancy Mueller, and I am here to help women who are experiencing the 3 stages of divorce. I created this video because I want to give women an opportunity to view the 3 stages of divorce as a possibility to be empowered within all 3 stages of her divorce. So, what exactly are the 3 stages of divorce? The first stage, what I like to call the thinking about it stage, you might not ever get any farther than that. Perhaps you're married and sometimes things just don't go well, so sometimes your thoughts will just go towards, what if? What if I wasn't married? How would my life be different? Would that solve all my problems? Women tend to think along these lines, especially when we get to a point where maybe something is coming up or we're having challenges and we just can't see how to resolve these challenges, and divorce is looking like the only answer. The second stage is going through it. You've filed for divorce. You've made that commitment. You've gone into the courthouse. You've filed your first paperwork, and now you're moving towards what it takes on a daily basis to get from filing to the last settlement paper and having your divorce come to an end. Now that your divorce has come to an end, now what? You're trying to put it behind you. Figure out, what does that mean? Life after divorce. Here's the thing. I have found that all 3 stages affect the other. Because if you're thinking about it, and you never get any farther than that, what is the reason that divorce is even coming up for you? What is the reason that you're thinking that that's the option? Maybe there are challenges in your life that you just haven't figured out how to resolve these challenges in a way that's most empowering to you. So your thought process is divorce. Perhaps that's what you grew up with. You've seen other people do that. And it scares you. So getting to know who you are and what you are through stage 1, you can see how it'll help you with stage 2. And you can also see that when you get to stage 3, it's very important to understand what got you to or through stage 1, because if you choose to marry again, you don't want to have to repeat the cycle over and over and over again. So each of these 3 stages affects the other. But what is this journey we call divorce? What exactly does that mean? Sure, everybody knows divorce means your marriage is ending. Everybody knows that. But what does it mean to you? Because divorce is just a word. The only meaning that this word has is the meaning that you give it. So when you say divorce, do you feel empowered? You've made a choice to move on, to make changes in your life. You feel good about it. Or do you feel disempowered? Does the word divorce have a negative connotation for you? Maybe you feel shameful, guilt, repressed, sad, angry. Maybe you've seen people in your life, parents, family members, friends who have gone through divorce, and it's been so traumatic that you're actually scared to even think about this word or to have this word come up for you. If that's you, but you're thinking of divorce, or you're in one of the 3 stages of divorce, it's very important to understand where your belief about this word comes from and why the fear pops up for you. Because if you could change your definition of the word divorce from meaning something negative, and yes, divorce is an ending and divorce is sad, I totally understand that. But if you could change it and have a healthy divorce where you feel empowered, your spouse or soon-to-be ex-spouse is empowered, and you support each other as much going out of the marriage as you did going into the marriage, how would that change your version or your definition of divorce? What do you believe happens during the 3 stages of divorce? What you believe can make or break how you go through this journey that we call divorce. But what if the journey isn't so much about becoming anything? What if it's about unbecoming? What if it's about, instead of thinking who you thought you were, you've realized something about yourself, and divorce is included in this. Divorce is part of the journey. What if you knew that this part of your journey that we call divorce is meant to be because you are on the road to discovering your purpose, your greatness, your mission, your brilliance in this lifetime? How would your version of divorce change then? Every single woman who's going through divorce, the hardest part is what she says to herself, that battle that she does in her own mind. It can be so frustrating because we judge ourselves so harshly. We are our own worst critic. I know when I was going through my divorce, I felt like I was walking through jello. My life seemed so surreal. It just didn't seem like I could make it through one more day. Everything I knew, life as I knew it, was ending. And I just wanted to crawl into bed and pull the covers over my head and give up. That battle in my own mind was the biggest battle, the toughest battle, the most frustrating battle that I had to find. So often when we're going through divorce, we think about the end, or what we believe the end to be. Okay, that means the end of my marriage. And then if there are children involved, you might think, how am I going to not disrupt their life? So we tend to think about the end. And what we're doing there is we're projecting into the future. But we're projecting into the future based on knowledge that we have from the past. So you can see how our understanding of what's to come could be a little murky. One of the most important things that you can do is ask for help. Speak your truth. Stand up and say, this is what I'm going through. I need help. And then accept it. Get in a receiving mode where those around you who are offering to help, let them help. And of course, when you're in stage 1, you have to be ready to take that first step. When you're in stage 2, you have to be ready to take that first step. When you're in stage 3, you have to be ready to take that first step. There are so many steps involved in divorce. It's not just a simple matter of, okay, today I'm married, I'm making the choice to end this marriage, and then it'll be done. There are so many nuances of going through divorce that you won't even think about until it smacks you in the face. And then you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this? But often we resist. We've made a decision for whatever stage we're in. And then what do? We resist our decision. And then we talk to people and we complain. We complain about our spouse. We complain about what we're going through. We complain about why we're getting divorced. We have all of this drama going on in our life. And what we do is we share it with friends, anyone who will listen. And when we're creating all of this drama, it's really because we're avoiding something. We are resisting a choice that we made or a choice that we know needs to be made, and we're just not ready to take that next step. Here are a couple questions that can help you, though, with that resistance part of your journey through divorce. The first question you can ask yourself whenever something comes up: what belief or feeling can I let go of at this very moment? So for instance, if you're thinking that your life is over, or you're never going to marry again, or you're never going to love again, that's a belief or feeling that you have. Can you let go of that at this very moment? The second question is, what belief or feeling will you let go of at that very moment? Because the first question, if you think, I'll never find love again, if that's truly your belief, it's pretty hard to let go of that belief. And then the third question, what belief or feeling do you need to hold on to for a little while longer? Because sometimes We just have to stay in a belief or in a feeling because it's what we know. It's what's going to get us through that next step. And that's where we feel we're secure. We base our security on what we know. It's when we step outside of something that we know that we bring fear into our life. So sometimes staying within that belief or feeling, that's what we need to do right here, right now. But how does resistance show up in your life? You get angry, you get sick, you don't eat healthy, you get mad in traffic, everything frustrates you. When you are coming up against resistance, things will happen in your life to make you angry, shameful, guilty. This is resistance. This is because we have a belief about the way divorce is going to go. And it's bringing up all of these frustrations within our life. But we don't know that we're bringing it up ourselves. We blame the divorce or what's happening in the divorce. We think that the divorce is bringing this on. But it's actually internal. It's what we think, what we believe. We are bringing it up. And this is an indication for us to look and say, why am I doing this? But if no one teaches you this, you will keep going on a day-to-day basis thinking that it's the divorce that's causing it. And that can make your divorce and this journey through divorce so much more difficult. But when you take 100% responsibility for you and you stop blaming your ex-husband or your children or family members or your job, when you start to look within and you can say, okay, what choices am I making? Whether you want the divorce or you don't want the divorce, whether you initiated the divorce or someone else initiated the divorce, there are things that are going to come up. But if you can remind yourself to stay out of judgment mode, to stay out of blame mode, it will really help this journey that we call divorce. Because refusing to take 100% responsibility, now that puts you in victim mode. This is happening to me because. If you find yourself saying those words, you are putting yourself and keeping yourself in victim mode. What is your known zone? This is something that's really important. I talked about it a little bit earlier. The known zone is a term I like to use for beliefs that we have that keep us stuck or in a state of resistance. So think about your limiting beliefs, things that you think are true, like things that you believe around divorce, what your definition of divorce is. If you can't change that definition, every single choice you make is going to be based on the beliefs that you have around it. Identifying your patterns. What patterns or habits are you doing or choosing to do? Sometimes it's hard for us to recognize our own habits or patterns because we do them so often we don't even think about it. Kind of like driving to work every day. And maybe you get there and you don't even pay attention to how you got there because that's living subconsciously rather than consciously. Or needing to be right or prove other people wrong. Because every known association, everything in our known zone has a feeling attached to it. And all of these things come up when you're dealing with divorce. Your home, love, death, marriage, religion, money. What are you going to do with the children? How are you going to divide up the friends? All of this comes up when you're going through divorce. And based on your feelings around every single one of these topics, you're going to find that you have resistance or fears around this, and it's going to impede your process on the divorce journey. But if you need proof that your beliefs are buried deep in your subconscious, I want you to think about it, as I mentioned, when you drive to work and you don't pay attention to how you get there. The brand of toothpaste. Do you really often think every morning when you reach for that and you brush your teeth why you choose that particular brand? The songs you listen to. The songs you've listened to since you were a child about stand by your man and how he's cheating and you got to forgive him, and these songs that we just sing to because they have a really nice verse. Those beliefs get ingrained in our subconscious. And then when it's our turn for this journey we call divorce. We've got all these little subconscious beliefs floating around down there in our known zone. And believe it or not, you make choices based on these beliefs. And your guilt, your shame, your remorse, how you see yourself, your self-image, all crops up through these subconscious beliefs. This is why this is so important for you to understand this process during your 3 stages of divorce. So what do people do? They say, I'm going to create affirmations. I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to say, I will do X. I will have this. I will have that. But affirmations are only as good as the feeling that we can put behind them. Affirmations don't work if you don't believe in them. So if you're telling yourself, tomorrow I will be stronger, tomorrow I will have faith in myself, I will get through this, but what you really want to do is pull your head under the covers and just pull the covers up over you, and you're struggling and you feel like you just can't take one more step, affirmations are going to go right by the wayside because it's so difficult to hold on to a saying, an affirmation, something that we write on a piece of paper when our guts are churning inside. I love this quote because oftentimes when we're depressed, it's because we're living in the past. We're thinking about what was. I want that back. I want to have it. I don't want to move forward. And if we're anxious, we're so afraid of what's going to happen in the future. We don't have enough faith in ourselves to believe that we can make it. But when you learn to understand where your habits and your beliefs and your thought process come from, when you learn to master these beliefs, you're at peace because you're living in the present. This video is being offered as an introduction to the mastering your beliefs through the 3 stages of divorce because I've been there and I understand how difficult this journey can be. And for any woman who's looking for a way to be more empowered on her journey of divorce, I've created the Mastering Your Beliefs program through the 3 stages of divorce. If you're ready to take this information to the next level, I'd like to invite you to apply for the 12-week group program that I offer. If you'd like more information on this, you can click on the link below this video, or you can simply type into your browser masteringyourbeliefs.com, and all of the information is there that you're looking for. But if you're not ready to get into a group situation, if you're not ready to start talking about it with people that you don't know, perhaps my book, Divorce, Because Letting Go Does Not Mean Giving Up, will help. There are a lot of tools and information in there that can help you look at your patterns, help point them out, and help you get on the right track for being the most empowered you that you can be during your stage and your journey of divorce. Again, if you want more information on this, simply visit masteringyourbeliefs.com. All of the information for ordering the book or looking at the groups or any kind of coaching is right there for you. Remember, everything you believe to be true comes from something that someone taught you at one time. If you can figure out what those somethings are, if you can learn how to change your beliefs to be more empowered and less disempowered, your whole world will change. My purpose is to raise the vibrational energy of our planet, and I do this every single time I help empower a woman. My name is Nancy Mueller, and I would truly, truly like to help you be the most empowered you that you can be on your journey to divorce. If there's anything that I can do to help, please connect with me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. In the meantime, this is Nancy Mueller saying ciao for now.